Well, what's more, he's an excellent teacher. He's very patient and very professional in his approach.
Kelly doesn't seem to agree with you.
No, I agree with that. He is a professional. I just think he's kidding himself when he talks about setting up a repertory theater here in Monticello.
Well, I certainly don't see anything wrong with the idea.
No, I didn't say there was anything wrong with the idea. But without any money, it's just a wild dream. Well, look, setting up a company like that takes a lot of money. You know, first to start it, and then to sustain it. Now, where's that money going to come from?
Well, those companies are usually supported by grants or private funding.
Uh-huh. And what do you think his chances are of either one?
It's not impossible. And I think that the people of Monticello would support a good drama company. If they knew about it, I think what he needs is publicity.
Well, Nancy, how would you feel about doing a special feature for television on him? I mean, wouldn't that be a great place to start?
Well, I think that's a waste of time, if you ask me.
Well, I didn't ask you.
Well, you never do.
Kelly, it's not a bad idea. You know, the people do like to know what's new in town, and if they were made to believe that this was their very own repertory company, they might respond positively. It sounds as though it could be a very interesting project.
Mrs. Carr, I think it'd be really wonderful if you could tell people about us on television.
Oh, so do I.
See, I think all Jim really needs is just some help to get started. Yeah. Would you like to meet him? I mean, it could be easily arranged.
Well, I already have met him, but if
you could go over there and talk to him in person. I'm sure he would love the idea, Nancy.
All right.
Oh, it'll make him so happy. I think he's just about the nicest man in the whole world.
480, 500,
Just a minute,
520.
How come you can't trust me with my own money?
Johnny, just be quiet. I'm trying to count here, you know? Where was I? 520, 540, 560. Look, if you're going to be part of this thriving operation, you got to understand something. I'm the boss. I'm the banker. Boss and the banker.
I don't know, it seems awfully funny that you're the banker of this outfit. Self-appointed at that.
Johnny, I'm just trying to be honest, frank with you. Remember what happened in Los Angeles?
Like what?
Every time you had a couple of bucks in your pocket, it was gone. 15 minutes. I'm doing you a favor, taking care of your money for you.
Big of you.
Anything for a friend. That's our Jimmy.
Well, now I'm flat. I've got a half a buck. Could I please have some spending money, walking around money?
Well, we wouldn't want him to get caught up in a vagrancy situation, would he? Here you go, Johnny.
Gee, thanks. Hey, Jim, I'm still in the group, though, right?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, man. You are too much.
Try to help it if I'm persuasive.
Yeah, I gotta admit, you're still a charmer, Jimmy. But now poor old Johnny's $500 isn't gonna get us too far now, is it? Now that your girlfriend turns out to be as poor as a church mouse, maybe you ought to find a new girl.
Hector, you know you got a big mouth. I don't give a damn about her money. Now get that straight.
Do you expect me to believe it's L-U-V?
I don't care what you think, Sonny.
Oh, I see. Well, if that's true, you got a big problem.
Yeah? What's that?
What are you gonna do when Valerie Bryson finds out that you're not the guy she knew in Switzerland?
She's not. She can't. Besides, eventually it won't make any difference.
How'd you do it, Jimmy? You must have done a lot of homework over in Switzerland. Oh, come on, you can tell me. You know I will carry your secrets to the grave.
Do I have your word on that? Okay. Switzerland. I use my time very well over there. Like I say, something always turns up. I met a lady named Frau Mueller, who was the maid at the Bryson household. I showed her my pictures from Vietnam and my Marines uniform, and she was sure that I was the one that Bryson operated on. She was very talkative. She answered all my questions.
Ah, yes. It was terribly sad about poor Dr. Bryson. A kind gentleman. How could a kind gentleman be such a criminal, as they say he was?
I wonder about it myself, Frau Miller. The doctor was very kind to me when I was here.
And how nice your face turned out. I'm so glad for you, Herr Dietrichson.
It's just too bad that Herr Doctor couldn't be here, so that I could thank him for what he did. Tell me, Frau Miller, what about all the rest of the people who used to work at the clinic? What's become of them?
Well, Nurse Wilhelm, she's working in a hospital in Zurich. And Nurse Neferling, she's living with her cousin in Lindau. And old Dieter, he's been dead these past 2 years.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I still remember that you and Herr Bryson's daughter called the old man Rumpelstiltskin.
Yes, that's right. Good old Rumpelstiltskin.
Genius. Positive genius. Tell me something, Jimmy. Don't you ever wonder who that guy at the clinic really was?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Did you get that? Diedrich's studio.
Jim, hi. It's Mitzi.
Oh, hi, Mitzi.
Hi. I have an idea that I think you're really going to like. Yeah, there's somebody I want to bring over to meet you. It's Nancy Carr, the feature reporter at WMON TV.
Oh, yeah. Great. Well, why don't you do that?
Listen, I didn't want to talk in front of Mike, but I'm recommending you for a commendation for this undercover job.
Thanks a lot, Chief. That really wasn't necessary.
No, you did quite a job. In New York, they wanted me to convey their thanks, see? They were impressed.
Well, I just wish I could get the hell out of this place and get back to action.
Come on, take your time. Look, I don't want any scrawny, pale, weak officers hanging around my desk. You relax for a while.
Well, it's just not easy around this place.
What are you talking about? I keep seeing a half dozen gorgeous nurses hanging around outside your door. Next door, you've got a beautiful neighbor.
Oh, yeah? Wait a minute. Tell me more about this.
Oh, man, never mind. I think I've told you too much already.
Hey, why?
Because I saw her first. I don't want you taking her away from me. You stick to the nurses.
Come in.
Miss Avery?
Yes.
I'm Nora Fulton, Mrs. Kavanaugh's assistant. I talked with you a little bit on the phone, remember a while ago?
Yes. Yes. Well, it's nice of you to come visit me.
Well, I actually was visiting a friend who's a patient here, and I thought, well, let me come by and see you. I've heard so much about you.
Oh, dear. Should I defend myself? What have you heard?
Well, the Kavanaghs talk about you all the time.
Well, how flattering. I didn't realize I was the topic of their conversations.
Well, of course you are. You know how doctors' wives are.
No, I don't think I do.
And, of course, a doctor's life is so busy. I mean, his life is so tied up with his patients, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But the poor wives. Well, really, I mean, their husbands have these peculiar schedules, and sometimes they have to treat beautiful female patients in bed, usually.
Miss Fulton, are you implying that Mrs. Kavanaugh is jealous of me?
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. Really, listen, I was just joking.
I see.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, I'm sure they've been through this dozens of times, you know. I mean, really. I think Dr. Kavanaugh's just tired of his wife's complaining right now. He doesn't even listen to her.
Complaints?
You know, I really feel bad for Dr. Kavanaugh sometimes. It really touches me. It's so, you know, sad
But listen, I shouldn't be talking to you about this. Come on, I don't want to burden you with this. You shouldn't have to worry about it, should you?
I suppose not.
Listen, I've got to go. It's been lovely meeting you, really. I hope that you feel better.
Well, thanks, Miss Fulton.
And I'll see you at the Christmas party because I'll be there, too.
Great.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Jody. Sorry to break in your time like this, Gavin, but something new came to my attention, and I want to pursue it right away.
Sure, Mr. Carr, sit down.
Thanks.
Listen, can I get you anything? Coffee, a drink?
Nope, nothing at all, Jody. Now, I don't know where this might lead, or even what it means yet, but one of Chief Mallory's men came across something that's rather interesting.
What is it?
We don't know exactly when, but we found out that Gunther Wagner bought a box of blank cartridges shortly before his death.
Blanks? I don't get it.
I'm not sure of the significance either.
Did he ever own a gun?
Not that we know of.
So what could it mean?
Maybe nothing at all. But the idea occurred to us that perhaps Gunther wanted to play a prank on someone. Possibly you, Gavin.
But why?
Did Gunther know that you had a gun in the studio?
Yeah, I made sure they did because I felt it would keep him from doing any funny stuff. But obviously the threat of a gun didn't matter.
Oh, but maybe it just incited him to try something funny. Do you think that's possible?
Well, this may be pure conjecture, but let's say that Gunther somehow gained access to your gun, exchanged the real bullets for blanks. That way he could provoke you without any real danger to himself.
It's an idea.
Oh, now, wait a second. I mean, we know the bullet that killed Gunther was real, obviously.
Let me ask you something else, Gavin. When the gun went off that night, did you actually see any blood? Do you remember?
Yes, I did. There was a blood stain on the front of the shirt. I can't forget that.
I see.
Look, I don't understand. Mr. Carr, what could all of this mean?
Jody, that's what I'd really like to know.
Just a minute. Hi, come on in, Lee.
Mrs. Carr, this is Jim Diedrichson. Hello.
How do you do?
We've already met.
Yes, I was over at Mallory's studio. Nice to meet you again.
Nice to see you, too.
Didn't I tell you he was wonderful?
Yes, you did.
Well, Mitzi's sort of my one-woman public relations agency.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing at all. I really need the support right now. As you can imagine, it's tough getting an operation like this off the ground.
Oh, yes, I'm sure it is.
What I'm really trying to do here is create an innovative repertory theater company for Monticello so that the local talent has a place to flourish and, well, the theater-going public has a place to go to see good plays. And they don't have to depend on the road companies that pass through. Plus, very important to me, I get to do something I love, make a living at it.
Well, it's a very worthy ambition, but I'm sure you realize it isn't going to be easy.
Yeah, I do realize. One of the things I'd like to do now is just to make people aware that we exist. And if you decide to help us out with the television special, I promise I won't make any blatant pleas for money.
Oh, well, I don't know. I can't promise you anything. I will give it a great deal of thought.
Please, I understand. That's okay.
Jimmy, you aren't going to believe...
Okay,
I'm sorry, excuse me.
Mrs. Carr, this is my associate, Hector Wilson.
Hi, how do you do?
Mr. Wilson, nice to meet you.
Hi, Mitzi.
Hi, Hector.
Look, I'm sorry to break in like this, but Johnny has gotten into some trouble at a local bar. Nothing too serious, mind you, but we're going to have to bail him out. I mean, help him out.
Yeah, well, we've got business to take care of. So if you'll excuse us. Mitzi, would you take care of the lights and lock up?
Yeah, no problem.
Mrs. Carr, it was really nice to have met you, and I'm sure we'll meet again sometime. Thank you for coming.
Look forward to it.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you. Bye.
Goodbye. Well, I suppose we should go too.
Yeah, yes, we should. I just remember. I asked Jim if I could use his tape recorder to rehearse with. He said it'd be okay.
Spencer, never mind about the homemade business. We'll find somebody when we get back. You know, if there's any heavy cleaning, just call that service.
Acme at Zurich.
Why is everything always named Acme? Don't you have to smile, Spencer?
Yeah.
Anyway, look, I doubt that the house is going to get that empty because there's going to be nobody in it.
I tell you what, then. I don't know if
you want to tell me about the house plans, Mrs. White.
Oh, the plans, that's right. I was going to type up a schedule, but I forgot. I'll do it later. Phone messages. I want them all recorded, and I also want you to make a list of television programs and record those. I was going to type that list too, but I forgot.
Yeah. All right, and when we get to San Luis, which hotels do we go?
Oh, would anyone here care to talk to me about supper?
Yeah, I know.
Hermione, why don't you just throw something together?
Oh, what together?
Bobby, what do you think I'm saying?
Food. Isn't that what you do?
I do everything around here since you people don't have a housemaid.
Well, hang on a second. Hermione, don't worry about it. We'll take care of that after we get back to Switzerland.
Hermione, look, why don't you just make a salad, stick some chicken in it, and heat up some of that stew we had yesterday.
All right.
Make some of those muffins,
all right,
those good muffins you make, and why don't you bring some pudding, too, okay?
All right, now, see what I can throw together.
All right.
Yeah, do your best, will you? Yeah. As long as we've got a nice weekend there, because we're only going to be spending just about
say good night.
before we go on to.
You're leaving already?
My dear, the Kavanaugh party already started.
Oh.
I wouldn't take any later.
I want to apologize about ignoring you for this whole day, but we put all these plans.
Then get back to me on the rest.
Miss Raven, I understand.
Okay, good day. Look, tomorrow night we will have a family, just the three of us, farewell dinner party, all right?
Listen, honey, you're going to have to count me out of that. I just made dinner plans with Don Otis for tomorrow. I mean, Christmas time or no, there are a lot of things to take care of before we go to Switzerland.
All right, then it'll just be you and I, Geraldine. It'll be a lot better.
Pardon me, Mrs. Whitney. Now, is this the entire list?
Yeah.
Honey, you're not going to keep Spencer all night long. I mean, I need him to drive me later on.
Right.
Probably before too long. What time is it anyway?
That's your new watch, Scarlet?
Yes, it is. It plays Old Lang Syne. Rather appropriate for this time of year, don't you think?
Oh. Yes.
And you look wonderful. I don't think I've ever seen you in a suit. Well, except for Whitney's wedding.
I guess I'm just not that tight, that's all. But you're the one who looks absolutely spectacular.
Thank you. Oh, people coming.
I'll get the coat.
Oh, hi. Merry Christmas. Hello.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hello, my dear. We're delighted. Beautiful.
Oh, Miles will be down in just a minute. He's up there putting Adam in his new suit.
Oh, he's gorgeous. Oh, your brother looks beautiful.
And your little sister is rapidly turning into a raving beauty.
Yes. Wonderful to see you, Jody, and Gavin.
Well, you can thank your husband for that.
There's something I want to tell you both.
Nancy, why don't you come look at the tree and get some punch?
Oh, is Adam all excited? Oh, what is it?
I don't know how important this is yet, but that theory of yours that Sky had two similar watches, apparently it's true.
What?
And I may learn more about it tonight, so keep your fingers crossed.
I can do without your help, thanks. Just thought I'd be of service. Why don't you go type a letter or something? Leave the serving to me. Whatever you say. You know, these aren't bad. Oh, it's a little salty. People are arriving. Why don't you go take their coats? Why don't you? You look more like a hat-check girl than I did.
Hello, I'm Nora Fulton, Mrs. Kavanaugh's assistant.
Hello, I'm Derek Mallory. This is Jinx Avery.
Nice to see you again, Miss Avery.
Oh, is it?
Well, if you want these, they'll be in the other room.
Okay.
Mrs. Kavanaugh has better taste in husbands than she does in secretaries.
Hi! Merry Christmas. I'm glad you could make it. Hey, Miles. Thanks for inviting us.
God, it's beautiful in here. It just looks spectacular.
Yeah, how you doing, Adam? Come on, Slowpoke. Meet the guests. This is our son, Adam. That's Derek and Jinx.
Hi, Adam.
Hello. You know me. Come on, you ought to meet the rest of the people. Derek, I think you know everybody. Sure do. Hello there. You know Nicole?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
And
Welcome.
Mrs. Carr. Nice seeing both of you.
Nice to see you again, too. Yes, you look lovely, Jinx.
Yes, stunning. Thank you.
You'd never know she was just out of the hospital, would you?
I heard you weren't feeling well.
No, it wasn't anything. What was it you called it, Miles? Christmas shopper's syndrome.
Oh, my dear, I know all about that.
Oh, Alice, I'm sorry you haven't met Geraldine Saxon. This is Jinx Avery.
Hello, Mrs.
How do you do, Miss Avery? I hope you've completely recovered.
Oh, I'm feeling absolutely wonderful right now.
Miss Avery, may I get you a drink? The eggnog's beautiful.
Yes, thank you, some eggnog.
I'd like one, too.
All right. Well, I haven't been to a really traditional Christmas party in ages. I've certainly never been in an apartment this beautiful. Is that a terrace? Oh, wow, marvelous. Could I go outside for just a minute?
Jinx, I don't really think it's a good idea. It's awful cold out there.
It's especially for someone who's just out of the hospital. Oh, it's nothing. I'm as healthy as a horse. Anyway, I'll sit inside.
There you are.
Jinx, Mike is over here. Come say hello. Oh, great. Derek, you haven't seen Mike yet.
Well, let's go visit.
Here we go.
She's a very attractive young lady, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She's an actress, you know.
I don't know about you, but women like that give me an inferiority complex.
I can't stop thinking about it. If Mike knows for a fact that Sky had 2 watches, it's got to mean something.
I'm sure it does. In fact, I'm sure it means he's starting to believe you now.
Well, it just means he's beginning to believe you about seeing Gunther with Sky's watch.
Well, whatever. Look, it can make a world of difference if Mike believes that Sky was at the dance studio and that he's partially responsible for Gunther's death.
Maybe Sky and me will go on trial together. Maybe they'll give us our own jail cell. I'd like that. I'd strangle them.
Gavin, you're bad.
Sorry, I guess that's not the Christmas spirit, is it?
Oh, look. Miles said we could talk in the dining room without being disturbed.
All right, Mike.
Thank you. You know something? I bet you that's how Mike found out about the watches. I bet you Geraldine told him.
I wish I could hear what they're saying.
Nice to see you. Thanks for having me. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Go in and see the other people. I think you know about everybody. I'll bring you some eggnog. Okay.
Just make yourself at home.
Sure.
Oh, the fire. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Jerry.
Well, hi.
Yes.
Oh, Gavin, Merry Christmas.
Hey.
Good to see you. Looking very well. Looks like you've been living in a penthouse all your life. Huh?
Yeah, well, I have been here a month and I still get nosebleeds.
Jody, this is fabulous. Will you let me come and take pictures here sometime? Sure.
How is the studio of yours doing?
I'm surviving so far.
Val visits the studio frequently. She's taking acting lessons from the famous James L. Dietrichson. You've heard of him, of course?
Oh, that's your dad's studio.
Yeah.
Well, he holds classes there now. Uh-huh. That's nice. That's great.
Val, would you like to see the view? Jody, would you mind?
Go right ahead. It's gorgeous. You're gonna love it. Oh, excuse me. Take pictures of that.
Thank you.
Oh, look.
Well, here it is.
Kelly.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Mike, I feel terrible about telling tales on my nephew, especially since I am a guest in his house. But I simply could not keep this information to myself, not if it has any bearing on this case. Mike, there are 2 watches.
That might have great significance, Geraldine. Originally, none of us believed that Jody was correct in her assumption that your nephew may have removed that watch from Gunther's body.
But if he did, Mike, and that's what worries me so terribly. If he did, what would it mean?
For one thing, it may mean that he lied to us, that he was in the studio before the police arrived.
That isn't so terrible in itself.
No, but it's the implication that may not be so nice because of what happened to Miles.
Yes, I know. He was struck from behind. Couldn't save Gunther from bleeding to death.
I'm not saying that this proves that your nephew was involved in the crime.
Mike, it's monstrous. I simply can't believe that he would go that far. Couldn't it have been a petty thief?
The watch is still in his possession. And in order to throw us off the track, he purchased another watch.
It's just too horrible. I don't even want to think about it.
Geraldine, may I ask you something else?
Of course.
What does Raven think about this?
Raven?
Well, she is his wife. She's closer to him than anybody else. She may be able to tell us a great deal about Sky.
Mike, Raven doesn't know any more about this whole business than I did.
Yes, that may be true. She may not know too much about the man she married.
There wasn't any stew left later all this afternoon, and the cold cuts look rather sad. So I fixed some egg salad and a few other things.
Oh, I loathe cold eggs in any shape or form. Here, just...
Don't be so fussy. Just ignore him, Hermione.
Well, that's not easy to do, Miss Whitney.
Well, listen, don't worry about dinner. I'm going out soon, so I'll get something edible while I'm out.
Well, I certainly hope you enjoy it.
Sometimes, darling, you have no tact.
I don't have time for tact, my darling. Spencer, you around?
Yes, Mr. Whitney?
Why don't you get the car? It's about time to go. Oh, come on now, don't pout. You're not going to miss me. You said yourself you have 100 things to do.
I do. I've decided what to take, what to leave.
What to buy?
Oh, I know what I'm going to buy. An empty piece of luggage so I can stick everything that I buy in Switzerland in it. I am so happy. Oh, this is going to be the best honeymoon anyone could ever hope to have.
Any two people, and we're both going now, aren't we?
We are? Are you going?
Me too.
Okay.
Thanks. You happy now?
Mm-hmm.
No more quarreling? Hermione, where are you going?
I'm quitting.
What?
You have my address. You can send my last paycheck there. Goodbye, and a Merry Christmas to you.
Wait a minute. You can't just walk out like that.
Well, you just watch me.
Listen, never mind, honey. I don't like people working for me and not happy anyway.
Well, that's the first sensible word I've heard since I came to this house.
Well, listen, no hard feelings. I'll drive you, Hermione.
Thank you. I prefer to walk.
Now. Just take it easy. Let me get my jacket and I'll take you to the bus station. Now, don't fret, honey. We'll pick up a real cook in Switzerland. Let's go, Hermione. After you, my dear.
What if I should wear this on the slopes? Definitely. And I want a great big fat white fur with a hood. Hello?
Raven, this is Damien Tyler.
Hello. You sound like you're feeling better.
Yes, I'm coming along just fine. As a matter of fact, I think I'll be out of here in a few days.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Raven, I just wanted to thank you for coming in to see me. It really meant a lot to me.
Good. It meant a lot to me, too. Matter of fact, you don't know how much it meant to me.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I'll tell you another time, okay?
Is there any chance I could get you to give me an explanation in person?
I don't know, because my husband and I are leaving the day after tomorrow.
What?
Yep.
Where are you going?
We are going on a second honeymoon to Switzerland. I just don't know the itinerary just yet.
Switzerland? Of course that's where you'd go. Return to the scene of the crime.
What?
How long are you going to be gone?
A month, maybe more. Wait, what did you just say about return to the scene of the crime?
Oh, nothing. Nothing, Raven, have a safe journey, okay?
Damien, wait a minute.
Goodbye.
So I need to go ahead with the project. I've talked to Nicole about it, and she thinks it's a great idea.
Oh, it'll mean wonderful publicity for the group. Yeah, Jim is going to be so pleased.
Is Jim going to appear on camera?
Well, I was hoping to do the whole thing at his studio.
Well, yes, that's a marvelous idea. Who knows? Maybe Jim will be able to attract some rich patron for the repertory theater.
Especially since one of his patrons is no longer rich.
Kelly, stop it. Kelly's not exactly won over yet.
Sorry. Would you like some more eggnog?
Well, it's pretty strong, but, yeah, I'll go for one more.
Okay,
Not for me. Nancy, I guess you heard about the fortune that I'm no longer inheriting.
Yes, I did, Valerie, and I'm sorry.
My business is going up, I guess.
Yes.
think Nicola's found out how strong this punch is.
It always starts out the same way. Always, always, always. First, I'm just surprised that Christmas is even coming at all. Then I just get first because there's so much to do. And then, I love it. I adore it. It is the most wonderful time of year.
It's also the most loving time.
Oh, that's right. You have somebody to love, it makes it absolutely perfect. That's honey.
Glad you're not driving tonight.
Oh, dear, I am getting giddy, aren't I?
Yeah, well, you're not the only one.
Does Derek know the truth about Jinx?
Boy, they've been gone a long time, haven't they? Mr. Carr and Mrs. Saxon.
Yes, they have. But you can't be sure about what they're talking about.
They gotta be talking about the watch.
Gavin, you don't know that. You'll just have to wait and see.
I can't wait anymore. I gotta go to Dunning.
Gavin, don't.
It's no time to be shy, Jody.
Wait and die with you.
Believe me, Geraldine, I know how you feel. This can't be very pleasant for you.
Raven and Skylar are my family, and they've been good to me. In their own peculiar way.
Well, I won't ask you to do anything you feel is wrong. Frankly, I'm not even sure what the right thing to do would be.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to barge in like this.
No, it's quite all right. We're quite through anyway. Excuse me.
We were just wondering if you heard anything about the watch.
Yes, we did, Jody. And it's true. Sky Whitney did buy another watch, almost identical to the first.
Except for the tune.
Except for that. But remember what I said. Even if we can prove complicity on his part, that doesn't mean acquittal for you, Gavin.
Sure, I know. You're right.
But with this new information and your willingness to testify, I think you're going to come out of this very well, Gavin.
Yeah, just spent a couple of years behind jail, huh? That'd be great.
Come on, baby, they're singing. You wanna, do some Christmas carols, sir?
Sure. Mr. Carr, doesn't it say somewhere in the Bible that the truth will set you free?
Yes, it does.
It's going to take a lie from me, isn't it?
Gavin.
I really appreciate what you've done, Mr. Carr. But I have to tell you again, I did not shoot Gunther deliberately. We struggled for the gun, and it went off. Now, that's the way it happened. Now, I've thought about this long and hard. But I've got to tell that to the jury. I've just got to. Come on, baby.
You would think that if someone goes to the trouble to make an overseas phone call for a dinner reservation, the least you could do is honor it. Yeah, let me speak to, Herr Kessler. Ja. Herr Kessler, ja, wie geht es Ihnen? Das ist, Sky Whitney. Ja, nein, ich weiß nicht. Bitteschön, ich werde anrufen Sie am Morgen, nicht wahr? Ja, sehr gut. Auf Wiedersehen. Ja. You got that checklist, Spencer?
Pardon?
The checklist.
Yes, sir. The next thing you wanted to do was to call your field manager in Chicago, sir.
No, I'm not going to have time to. Put it down on the list. You'll do it next week, all right?
Mr. Whitney, if I may remind you, you did say I could have next week off.
Oh, yeah, all right. Then put it down on today's list at the bottom.
Thank you, sir.
All right! Look!
Gorgeous, as always, beautiful.
I just want to dazzle everyone in San Moritz.
Oh, well, you know, you're going to amuse them, too, if you wear those silly things on the slopes, you silly goose.
Well, if anyone can ski in these, I can.
Great heavens, Roland. Sure you're not going to wear that outfit to the restaurant.
No. I was just trying it on. I shall go up and change right now.
Something a little less grand, dear. Remember, it's just going to be a casual dinner.
All right. Skylar, you sure you don't want to go?
Well, I'm sure Skylar has dozens of things to do.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I do. As a matter of fact, I have not even started to pack yet.
And I think that you should begin packing immediately, don't you?
Yeah, you're right. Spencer, why don't you go on upstairs, give me a hand, all right?
Yes, sir.
Mike.
Is that you, Geraldine?
Yes, I'm just calling to say we'll be a few minutes late.
That's all right. Just as long as you get there.
Yes, of course. Goodbye.
Gavin, for heaven's sakes, we have enough troubles with that double pneumonia.
For some reason, it doesn't feel cold out here.
Well, it feels cold to me. Come on inside.
I've just been thinking. The difference a few seconds can make in somebody's life.
Well, you can think just as well indoors.
It took just a few seconds to have that trigger pulled. It would take only 1 second.
Hey, come on.
Oh. Hey, I wasn't thinking anything like that. No, I love life too much. The reason I love life so much is because I love you so much.
Isn't this ridiculous? I mean, we were standing outside in 0-degree weather when we could be nice and warm inside.
Well, I am nice and warm every time I hold you in my arms. But if you want to go back inside, we will go back inside. I have to talk to you about something, about our Christmas gift.
I thought we already decided.
I know we decided no gifts, but I have an idea for something that we can give each other.
What's that?
A portrait, a photograph of each other, for both of us.
It's a wonderful idea. We could ask Valerie Bryson. I'm sure it wouldn't be very expensive. And yes, that would mean a lot to me.
Be something for you to look at those long, lonely nights.
Hey, come on, don't say things like that. I'm worried enough as it is. Gavin, why did you have to tell my car you're changing your story?
I had to, Jody. I was wrong when I said I'd lie.
Well, is it right to tell the truth if it means spending time in prison?
You know something? You're right. It is getting cold out here.
Are you two out of your minds?
No, we were just getting some fresh air.
Well, what you better do is finish getting ready. We're due at the restaurant at 8 o'clock.
Gavin, if you still want to borrow that tie, I left it on the bed in your room.
Thank you, Mom.
What's the matter?
Oh, you're the doctor. You tell me.
All right, you're fine. You're just feeling a little nervous, that's all.
That's the diagnosis, all right.
Look, we really don't have to go through with this tonight, or I could handle the whole thing by myself if you like.
No. I want to be there, no matter how unpleasant it is. It's just that it's so different from last night. Everybody seems so happy.
I know, even the people who had good reasons not to be.
You mean Jinx?
Yeah.
She really is a remarkable woman. Who would ever guess that she had serious medical problems?
I know, she seems so full of life and energy.
Yeah, especially with Derek.
Not much doubt he's attracted to her, is there?
I think that's putting it mildly, darling.
Well, he really doesn't know her very well.
Oh, well, some things don't take very long.
What do you mean? You think it's serious?
Derek Mallory's been ripe for a major crush for a long, long time. You know that.
Well, this is certainly the wrong time for it, isn't it?
Yes, I know, and that's why I think that maybe you should... Of course, you can't do that, can you?
What, warn him?
Yes.
Thought had occurred to me.
But that really wouldn't be fair to her, would it? I mean, if he knew that she was dying, he'd... Frankly, I don't know what the right thing to do is.
Well, I know one thing. I gave Jinx that promise. I've got to keep it. We've both got to keep it.
I'm sorry I missed you last night, Miss Avery. Hector was wrong.
Wrong about what?
You dummy, you said there was a classy lady waiting for me. You didn't mention that she was beautiful.
Well, I'll settle for classy.
So you're interested in our little acting studio?
Yes. The question is whether or not your acting studio is interested in me.
I'm interested. And so is Jimmy, if you've got some money.
Pay no attention to these guys. We did start out giving acting lessons.
Oh, well, I don't care about acting lessons. I was told that you were forming some sort of a repertory company.
That's right. But we're just getting started, so you'd be in on the ground floor.
This is the top floor.
Johnny's the brains of the company.
It was a joke, Hector.
Mm-hmm.
We believe this town could really use a good, strong acting company. We're looking for a leading lady.
What have you done, honey?
My name is Jinx.
That's a real cute name. Is that for real? You wouldn't believe my real name.
I can hardly believe you.
Just too good looking, huh?
Oh.
Have you had any experience on the stage?
Yes. As a matter of fact, that's all the experience I've had. I studied for a year with Glenda Warren in New York, and then I did some small parts in an off-Broadway show. Well, really, they were off-Broadway. The only lead I did was in a showcase with the Strollers until they relocated to Chicago.
And why didn't you go with them?
I was sick of being in cities.
Would you mind doing a reading for us?
No, I'd love to.
What do you think, Jimmy? How about the goodbye scene?
Goodbye scene. I should be able to do that very well.
What's going on tonight? Since when did you start locking the door?
Yeah, I thought maybe you were closed for the holidays, but then we saw the lights on.
Oh, I knew I didn't make that sign big enough.
Wait a minute. Sign? What sign?
The one outside that says we're closed tonight for a private party.
Oh, Sid, we didn't see a sign. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess I'm a better cook than I am a sign painter.
You know, that's kind of bad news, because it's too late to make reservations anyplace else, and I did promise Val dinner tonight.
We could crash the party.
Good idea. Who's giving it?
Look, if you're really desperate, well, I think I could throw up something or other together, but you'll have to make yourself scarce in about a half hour, okay? Because that's when the other people are expected to arrive.
Well, that sounds okay to me.
Sounds great to me. Have the restaurant all of ourselves. We'll have our own private party.
Okay, but don't expect a wide choice of food, please. The only thing that's ready is a lamb stew, but it's pretty good. I made it myself.
Sounds irresistible.
Okay, I'll get you a couple of bowls and some bread and stuff.
Now, Sid, you're sure this is okay?
Oh, yeah. Just don't ask for any appetizers or salad or anything fancy like that, okay?
Knives and forks?
I think I can manage that. Here, pour yourself some wine. And just remember, you've got to be out of here in 30 minutes.
Oh, that's no problem, because we got a party to go to a little later on anyway. So, by the way, you never did tell us who's giving this party.
Well, it's a government official.
Sounds sort of mysterious.
Yeah, I can't remember there ever being a private party at the tavern before, but, well, then again, it's the season for it.
You're not kidding. You realize how many parties we've been to?
Really?
But, you know, Sid seems sort of nervous to me.
Maybe it's an important government official.
Maybe.
Just the same, I wish we had planned the evening a little better. I think I would have enjoyed a nice, leisurely, candlelit dinner.
Any special reason?
Well, now that you mention it, there is. I want to give you your Christmas present.
Oh, now, Kelly, you promised we wouldn't exchange presents.
I lied.
But, Kelly...
No. I'm just that compulsive liar, that's all. Here you go.
Oh, my goodness, Kelly.
Well, don't look so overwhelmed. You haven't even seen what's inside yet.
I'm afraid to look.
There's nothing to be afraid of. I promise. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Kelly, earrings.
Yeah.
Oh, the earrings.
The earrings that you pointed out that you like so much in the jewelry store window, yeah.
I wasn't hinting, I promise.
Do you still like them?
Oh, Kelly, I love them. Oh, they are the sweetest, loveliest earrings I've ever seen in my whole life.
You're also relieved the fact that they're only earrings, aren't you?
What do you mean?
Well, when I brought the box out, I saw the look on your face. You know, it didn't even occur to me that there was anything else in the box, like an engagement ring or anything.
Kelly, I wasn't thinking any such thing. Why should I?
Yeah. I mean, especially since we've never discussed anything that heavy before, you know, marriage or engagement or anything.
If we had, I'm sure you can imagine how I'd feel on the subject.
I can imagine, but I'd rather hear it from you.
I would say that, I really can't think about marriage right now. have too many things on my mind. But the earrings are beautiful, Kelly. Really. Oh, I love them. Thank you. I almost forgive you for being such a liar.
Thank you.
Well, look at that. Romantic?
Didn't you see the sign on the door that said a private party tonight?
Yeah. We're part of it.
Huh? What's going on here, anyway?
Well, you're really taking it to heart, aren't you?
You know what it's like, Nancy? Watching an old movie with a sad ending. You know what's going to happen, but you're powerless to change it.
Well, now, maybe Gavin will change. He's already changed his mind once.
No, I think he gave me his final word at the party. He honestly believes he struggled with Gunther for that gun. Do you know what? I think he's sincere.
Well, Miles is sincere, too. How can they both be right?
That's the problem. Their stories are in direct conflict.
The only explanation I can come up with is that Gavin's memory is faulty.
Well, that's the conclusion I've reached myself. But I'd hate to be a defense attorney and try to tell that story to a jury.
Oh, my goodness, Cliff couldn't possibly stand up there and say, I'm sorry, Your Honor, my client can't remember exactly what happened that night.
Especially since Gavin insists that his memory is crystal clear.
Does Tony Hammersmith